Vidhammer Fantasy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Vidhammer. This is another one of our podcasting tests. This is when I just started recording off the fly as our new Wood Elf and Dark Elf players were talking about their upcoming game they're going to be playing this Wednesday. And kind of got some of their starting thoughts on the matter and a little bit more insight into the Wood Elves itself. So check it out. Hope you like it.
Essentially, what I was going to go with was the idea is, for whatever reason, you guys decided to start, building forests in my land, so we're pissed off about it. So we're burning everything.
I love it.
And FYI, I am recording at this point.
It announces it.
Yeah, this is like the preemptive smack talk. We gotta have this.
Well, it should be interesting, that's for sure.
I tell you what's going to piss me off is how many... I don't own anything other than Dryads or Treekin and some Tree Men on the wrong bases. So I'm going to have to borrow a shit ton of Beachy's Elves.
It's all good. I should have everything I need, hopefully, if I can find it all.
I tell you what I really fucking hate is you get Dark Riders, they get Illyrian Reavers, and we get Glade Riders, but they have Ambush. It's so fucking dumb.
It's not that bad, in my opinion. I mean, the Ambush gives you options that the...
it's not that bad, you're right.
And you don't have to ambush, do you? You can choose
No,
to.
you have to stay off the board turn one.
Oh, okay. Well, then that is kind of crappy.
Do you have any way of modifying your ambush roll? Are there any
Not
talents
a chance.
or special characters?
Nope.
Okay, that's kind of rough then.
And Dark Riders are dirty.
So ambushing can be great, but my experiences with 40k, when you have to roll to get your flyers on the board and they don't come on, it's like, well, that's a game changer. Maybe they'll show up on turn 3, but if they don't show up when you need them, it can significantly hurt your strategy.
That is true.
Not having a way to at least modify the roll, that's kind of rough. So how many forests are you guys going to have on the table for the game Wednesday?
I think we'll roll it up as normal, but I don't know if
we'll
take the acorn or not.
If I take the acorn, it's plus D3. Otherwise, I just get my free woods. So
I figured we'd roll it up like normal. Maybe have one just to be, like, just to have one, so you can, be on par with me.
What's the point level going to be?
Oh, just 2,500. I figured it'd be easiest. Kind of a standard game.
Yeah, that sounds good.
yeah, standard game, 2,500, roll terrain.
Random scenario?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. I think we were going to do Battle Line.
I think Battle Line just to punch face.
Yeah, because I know he's still trying to get used to the army, so...
Well, this will be my very first Word Elf game. Did I tell you what I bought before the book came out? I got a good deal on just a Drycha army. So I got Drycha, a Spellweaver, 60 Dryads, 6 Treekin, and 2 Treemen. And luckily for me, they all got nerfed into the fucking ground.
I was just going to say, you got 60 Dryads, and this was like the version that actually hit them pretty tough.
They're just overcosted. They're 11 points a model. What the fuck would you
think? Is there a new kit for Dryads?
No, only Treemen are the new Forest Spirit kits.
Have you gotten a pre-order what's coming out next week?
I do know what's coming out. They've got the Ranger Eternal Guard dual box kit and the Sisters of Thorn and Wild Riders dual box kit.
Just two kits, and we had 3 that came out yesterday, right? Was it 3 in the book, or was it 4 kits in the book?
Well, it was 1 kit, and for the tree man, and then there was the Shadow Dancer blister, the Aeroloth blister in the book. So it's a 3-box or 3-box release with 2. No wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 boxes and 2 characters release.
That's strange. It's a pretty small release.
Yep, just 2. Well, what else don't make them any money? They might now.
I was gonna say if they're buffing the new book and
They're
trying to get them into
they're
combat
the
potential,
newness.
you'd figure they would, go ahead and revamp all of the units because they'd sell them all and make a bunch of money.
I
Because
can't
it
win
is
this fucking
GW.
game. I'm playing Dawn of War 2, Retribution, Elite Mod, and I can't fucking win. Save my life. 2. And she's playing Demons and just running forward and relying on fire.
Yeah, it's all good. We
Are
should
you
do
guys in WoW?
a Ragefire Chasm run.
Should probably level my character.
Yeah, I think I should. I feel like I should go back and start a priest. That way, I can have somebody who can properly heal and resurrect people when they die. Because old vanilla druids they're pretty much meant for feral, really.
Alexis is playing a shaman, so she can do it. And I think she's going elemental spec, but she enjoys it.
Elemental still gets a heal. $343 positioning Q. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Q again.
So I was gonna do Hunter, and I was like, wait a minute, you can't shoot and move. You can't. You gotta carry a quiver, and you gotta feed your pet. Fuck this. And then I was like, okay, I'll play Mage. And then, are you playing Mage?
Yeah, I'm a mage.
Nice. I couldn't deal with the whole killing things really fast and sitting down and drinking for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go Rogue and see how it goes. If Rogue doesn't do it, I'll have to pull a Warlock out of my ass.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as an alternate as well.
Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'll go in the restroom.
Cool. I was just gonna say before I stop recording, I was gonna do like, what's the final smack talk gonna be? Like, general. I guess. What's your predicted outcome for the game, Ryan?
I would have to say that the Dark Elves are going to get rid of their hippie cousins pretty easily.
What's gonna be like the deciding factor? Do you think? You think they're just not gonna have enough models on the board, or you're gonna have outmaneuverability, or more awesome magic?
I'm thinking that their maneuverability is going to be a little bit better than mine, depending on what they take. Especially with the ability to kind of just have one unit that jumps between different forests. That definitely gives them a little bit of maneuverability. Granted, they can't charge, but they can move to one forest, jump to another one, face, and force me to, make a decision. And with Stubborn Core, that could be a big deal too, but they're also going to have less models than I will. Maybe. Just kind of depends on what I'm going to be running with. You're almost guaranteed to see Witch Elves on the battlefield with me, because I've always loved them. But what else I'm going to bring is I'm not really sure of yet. I may stick with one of my more standard lists, where I have the 3 Bolt Throwers, some Dark Riders. There'll probably be maybe 1 or 2 groups of Warlocks.
Yeah, those guys are handy. Thinking about doing some Dark Riders as well, or just go with some
I almost
Some
always
Warlock.
guaranteed to bring 2 Dark Riders, 2 squads of them. I feel naked if I don't bring them.
Yeah, they're one of the better, one of the probably the most versatile kind of chaff and redirector type roles that you can have out there. They're
Yeah,
not totally expendable, but they're cheap enough and good enough at what they do. You can throw them away if you need to, or you can get them into very opportune situations, depending on the circumstances.
Yeah, from what I've just always found that they're, no matter what you need them for, they're there, and they're that utility that the Dark Elves really could use.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the rules for the Stag Riders yet, so I'm interested to see them in a role for the Wood Elves. I'm wondering if they were trying to do a similar type of situation for the Wood Elves by putting the Stag Riders in, but I don't know what their real advantages or disadvantages are. I'm interested in seeing them.
You're really low. I can't hear you.
Is that any better?
A little better, but you sound muffled now. Man, you got all kinds of mic issues.
Any coming back from that? You working on it, or whoop, just lost him. Maybe he's reconnecting. We can only hope.
Yeah, I don't know how
I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, there you are.
There you go. You're coming back in good.
Oh, you want to know about the sisters, okay?
Yeah, I was curious about them since they're like warlocks, essentially.
Yeah, they are pretty much warlocks, but we get 4 forward no matter what, even with Slanesh. Whatever that was. We're strength 3, you're strength 4.
Yeah, you just faded out to nothing again.
God damn it. What is going on?
Yeah, you start talking, and all I heard was something about Slanesh.
I wonder if my push to talk is getting like removed, or do you see the icon the whole time?
I think it's on. I'm not actually able to see because I don't have a second screen to look.
Yeah, and I see your actual indicator showing up, but it's usually when you're actually speaking. Like right now, it's not showing up at all.
We'll make this a little easier by increasing your volume.
It showed up for a second there, and then blinked back out again.
Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about the sisters, and then interrupt me if that's out. They're 26 points a model. They are strength 3, tough 3. They have javelins, which are strength of user, poison, armor piercing, 12 inches. Fast cav. They count as, they're just like warlocks. They count as level 2, and they get +1 to cast for each additional rank beyond the first. And they have 2 spells. They have Shield of Thorns, the Lore of Life thing that put it on an ally unit, whatever's touching them takes 2d6 strength 3 hits. And they have Curse of Honor here, which is the one where you take dangerous and fail on 1 or 2. You take dangerous anytime you touch terrain. So, like, if you were to declare a charge, you would take a dangerous terrain. Then, if you were to complete that charge on me in the forest, you would take dangerous terrain. Or if you were to touch forest again, you would take terrain, which is pretty cool. Yeah, they've got a 4 board. I think just 1 attack each. So I think you're better in hand to hand with the strength 4 and more attacks, but we get a shooting attack.
Yeah, you have looks like some nice abilities to be more defensive. You don't look like you're super offensive.
No, I'm not going to be charging them too often.
And you have a 4+ ward, right?
4 up ward, yeah. And they don't care about Slanesh.
Alright, so, well.
For whatever
how many
that's
times
worth.
that's come up so far? I can tell you on one hand. 0.
I can tell you on one nub.
I've actually been wanting that to happen. I've been like, oh man, I totally want to get hit by a Slanesh just so I don't have that 4+ ward. It seems silly, but at the same time, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I like them. I really, what I also like is there could be just this mobile bunker for your mage, especially if you go high magic and you put those tokens beside it, and the whole unit has 4 up ward and
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty ridiculous, actually.
Then you get those counters for removing wounds that go through. BG was talking about like making it a Death Star with a fuck ton of characters. Oh, and you don't get command. I get full command. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I only get a Master Warlock.
So I could run the Death Star with, full command up front, 2 fighty guys, and then put the board in the back, choose where he goes once I charge. And put I don't see what else really doing that, because we are the last game. Like, you can get 1-ups. I can't get 1-ups.
Yeah, I can take a character with a 1+ armor save pretty easily.
No, even my lords, all I can get is a light armor shield.
So I've got Ryan's prediction for the game. So what's your prediction for the outcome? Wood Elves versus Dark Elves?
Oh, I have no idea. It's gonna be. we've built it up to be this really eventful thing, and I think it's just gonna be a shoot fest. Whoever can whittle the other one down first wins.
Cool. All right. So it's going to be like basically war of attrition, you're figuring.
Well, I don't know what he's bringing. I don't know what I'm bringing. I haven't even built a list yet, but I mean, every magic missile hurts elves in tough 3. Everything. But at the same time, we're going to have that. I'm sure it's going to come up, the whole conversation of ASF.
Well, I'm probably not going to be bringing Executioners. I'm probably going to be bringing Cold One Knights, Witch Elves, because there's really no reason for me not to.
Witch Elves are great.
They are. I love them. I've always loved them, and there's no reason to stop.
The only thing you have to worry about Witch Elves is Frenzy, but you just gotta protect them. Put them in the freaking middle of the board.
Well, I'm gonna have Leadership 10, so.
Yeah. Well, do you take the Witch's Brew that reduces it?
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
No, my witches are pretty much vanilla witches with armor piercing.
Oh, you don't put a chariot in the unit or whatever?
No, it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's when you start doing that, you're just a Witch Elf Death Star at that point. And that's all you can do. And then it's like, okay, well, let's avoid the Death Star and kill everything else. Which is what I should have done.
I feel like you have to dedicate too much to make it really good.
Did I tell you how the fluff changed? How, like...
Fluff for what else?
The fluff, yeah. They changed. They added a lot of new crazy shit. In order to make it seem like... In order to be able to give us this whole... I don't know how do I put this? They got super lazy and gave us death magic and high magic and pretty much just took the rules they'd already written and gave them to us and made it terrain specific. But in order to say, oh, we can take death magic, they put in the fluff that Ariel went like super dark. Oh, they brought back the world roots. Do you ever read the old books where there's these passageways? I don't know if it's magical or underground. I think it's magical, where like the trees forests are connected throughout the entire world, and so Ariel's trying to rebuild them so that she can go everywhere. And so she's trying to learn all this dark magic and sorceries to, anyways, Ariel goes evil for a little while, and learns dark magic, and she gets all better, but parts of Wood Elves still remember dark magic and shit. She even goes and learns from the Witch King's mom, Marathi.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not good, because that means Marathi is planning on using her at some point.
Well,
like in a way of, oh, Wood Elves, I probably control this lady now, so we're gonna do this.
So what ended up happening? Marathi came in and assassinated Ariel's sister. Ariel got all pissed off, but Marathi hit her tracks. She didn't know who did it. She made it look like the Illyrians did it. So fucking wood elves go over to Illyria, and Orion just starts opening up a can, and Illyrians worship Kurnos, and they're like, how are we supposed to attack the avatar of the one we worship? And so they just kind of stood still while the wood elves and Orion absolutely leveled Illyrian. And then she found out that it was Marathi, and they went to her fortress and beat her up and got her on her knees, and she was pleading for her life. And Orion wanted to kill her, but Ariel said, no, I want to learn more dark magic from her. She could teach me something useful. So they gave her mercy. And the Witch King kind of wanted his mom to die. Oddly enough. So he didn't come to hell.
Probably not. That would have probably been like the worst thing to happen in the universe. The Witch King would have probably pretty much took his entire army to wherever that was and destroyed everything.
Well, he said,
Plot-wise, he may like hate his mother sometimes, but if his mother was actually killed, he would probably dedicate everything he had.
I mean, he'd get mad, but he didn't. He was closeness.
Can't record on my TeamSpeak server without my permission.
We've been doing it.
I bet you have.
Just because Dad walked in doesn't mean you stop banging the daughter.
Wait, what was that?
Because the dad walked in doesn't mean you stop banging the daughter.
Oh, God.
I think it would depend if he's holding a firearm or a large blunt instrument. If he was, I would probably stop so that I would be able to flee before he made it to me.
Turn around, beat ass, and then resume. Alright. Marathi humiliated.
But too bad the fluff never actually will change. They'll be like, oh, she's just humiliated.
No, they've been changing all the fluff. The story's actually been changing.
Yeah, desperate, Marathi sent messengers south to request aid from her son, the Witch King. Alas for the hag sorceress. Malkeith had long since learned of his mother's role in Alisara's death. Though the Witch King had publicly forgiven Marathi her transgression, he now saw an opportunity to bring her to heel, and it was with grim amusement that he forbade any aid and support. So she was literally sitting there at the mercy of Ariel and Orion, and Ariel took the agreement and took the bargain with Marathi to learn more dark magic in exchange for her life. And Marathi's like, fuck it, I don't care, I'll just teach you what I'm willing to teach you, not everything. And then the Mage Queen, Ariel, goes into this deep, dark state, doesn't let Orion rebirth, and just turns evil as fuck. And then Wood Elves, like all the other Wood Elves, join Big Force and go and attack Ariel. And one of the mages, like in the middle of the fight, the leader, casts a spell, absorbs all the darkness and RL into himself, it implodes him, and she goes all like back to being good again, and she figures out that she's been a naughty girl. She starts getting Orion rebirth and hides for a while, and then comes back and is like wiser than before and balanced.
So now we got lots of people here. I'll just say, what's everyone's prediction for the upcoming Dark Elves versus Wood Elves games? Who says a thumbs up if you're Wood Elves fan?
I'm pretty sure that Grady's gonna be by himself here.
Yep.
Okay, so we have Grady saying Wood Elves are gonna win. Okay, who thinks Dark Elves are gonna win?
I didn't say that.
No, see.
Okay, so
wait a minute, because what you're doing is you're asking us if we think Wood Elves are better, but then you're correlating that to if we're saying Wood Elves are gonna win.
I'm saying for the game on Wednesday, chime in if you think Wood Elves will be victorious.
I think Wood Elves will be victorious.
I agree in that respect.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep,
that's not
the new
to say,
cheese is in town.
That's not to say that I think Wood Elves are better than Dark Elves, because they're both elves, so they can both, you know my feelings on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, said the dwarf. Well, I get it.
Well, it's interesting that a couple of the people that won't be playing have their faith in Grady, who is surprised that they actually have their faith in the Wood Elves, which means you got to come through now. You gotta win, be victorious over the Dark Elves.
If not, we'll take you all back and pummel you.
I'm just gonna bring pure dryads, just dryad.
and lose
Oh,
horribly
that'll
just to
be
prove us wrong.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Classy.
Bring a level 4 of fire. I'm telling you right now, Ryan. Bring tree can and tree men.
I want to bring a 4 just to see fire, just to see if it's actually effective or not. Because you got to remember, everything in fire is only strength 4. There is no better
You're
strength.
wounding everything in my army except for the big guys on 3s.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt elves.
That was
So- I
What's
was going to do that just to see if how effective it really is.
Ben Curry on Bad Dice Daily said metal magic's going out and fire magic's coming in because elves are so popular.
Well, that's the thing. Metal magic is still fire, but I guess it really wouldn't matter against you
But
because you
you'll
don't have
only ever
armor
wound me
saves.
on 6s. Yeah.
Yeah, there's really no reason against them. They depend on other things like hiding in cover and their ward saves.
So what you're saying is I should bring a level 3 and a level 4 of fire, so I have all 7 spells.
That would make absolutely perfect sense.
I think you should bring a level 4 of fire and a level 3 of
Your mom's house.